So hello, I'm going to make this video, and this is going just on TikTok, and I'm going to just reply to the comments that we had on some videos. This is about housing in Lisbon, so I'm going to ignore some of the replies because it's just hate, 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 and yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just people spewing hate. Um, but with that, let me clarify things. Like, we are from Portugal. We are Portuguese from Portugal. Although we make the show in English because we have a lot of people from America and other places watching, we are from Portugal. We are from. so we were born in Portugal. Both of us were born in Portugal, and yeah. So with that, let's go to what people are saying. So some of the people are saying the Constitution refers to the private property and the right to own one houses, not about state giving houses. This is a socialist girl. And another person says one thing is for the state to assure that you're safe in your house. The other thing is they have to give you a house. If that was that way, I wouldn't have made my house. Okay. Then we have someone saying the state does not have to give anyone a home. Then there was this big discussion with other person that they shouldn't have let the houses going down, and someone says it's in the constitution. Some people say it's not in the constitution. Some people say it's in the constitution. But let's clarify what I think. So this is not my truth. This is my opinion on this. So the constitution can be changed at some point. Yeah, anyone can change, or not anyone, but let's say government can change the constitution, or it's possible to change the constitution. But this is the constitution as it is, and this is not my view on the constitution. Is not like the Americans. Oh, we have to have the constitution. I don't care. It can be changed. If it's not good, it can be changed. To reply to those who said it's not in the constitution, I just put on just copy from the Portuguese constitution. It's the on part 1, title 3, chapter 2, article 65. It says housing and urbanism, and I just put this on I just put this on Google Translate because it's in Portuguese, and I'm going to try to put it the sound to you so you can listen and translate it to English so you guys can hear. So I'm going to put now, and I hope you guys can hear fine.
1. Everyone has the right, for themselves and their families, to adequate housing, with hygienic and comfortable conditions, and that preserves personal privacy and family privacy. 2. To ensure the right to housing, the state is responsible for programming and implementing a housing policy embedded in general land use plans and supported by urbanization plans that ensure an adequate transportation network and social amenities. B. Promoting, in collaboration with the autonomous regions and local authorities, the construction of affordable and social housing. C. Encouraging private construction, with due regard for the general interest, and access to owned or rented housing. D. Encouraging and supporting initiatives by local communities and local populations aimed at resolving their housing problems and fostering the creation of housing cooperatives and self-construction. 3. The state shall adopt a policy aimed at establishing a rental system compatible with family income and access to home ownership. 4. The state, autonomous regions, and local authorities define the rules for the occupation, use, and transformation of urban land, especially through planning instruments, within the framework of laws relating to land use and urban planning, and carry out land expropriations deemed necessary to satisfy urban public utility purposes. 5. The participation of interested parties in the development of urban planning instruments and any other physical land use planning instruments is guaranteed.
Okay, so I hope this can clarify a little bit of what actually is in the Constitution. So again, when we said that the government has to guarantee houses, we're not saying the government has to give people houses. But the government has to guarantee that there are affordable houses, which they are not, as we spoke a little bit. And there are people on TV doing the same thing, like a house in Lisbon or nearabouts of Lisbon, where they tore down those illegal homes, where they tear down the houses over there. So they checked the house with 40 square meters. It was 750 euros, if I'm not mistaken. So, and that's not on the center of Lisbon. That's not anywhere nearby Lisbon. That's in the outskirts of Lisbon, not on a very good place, and like really, like in the really far away. Okay, so the people will have no proper transportation or nothing, and that's 750 euros. You could say, oh, that's no, but that's too much for a person. So we are talking about just 40 meters. So that's basically just a one bedroom, one kitchen. That's it, and one bathroom. So that's not like a lot. So if it's a couple, they could eventually afford that. But if then these people have to, as it happens, these people will work on constructions or work on cleaning houses or that sort of thing, and they have to start really early, and they won't have any transportation over there. Then they can't afford to buy a car also. So it's not fair, and this is where the state has to enter. State has to provide houses. It's not giving houses, as it happens with there are some state houses. It's like 2% of the houses are state owned, and that's a very low bar compared to other countries. Like it's, I think it's, I'm not 100% sure of this, but I think it's the lowest all European Union. Like it's the lowest number, even like other countries I know, like Germany is around 5%. That's like Netherlands is around a third of the houses, if I'm not mistaken. And if you go a little more north to northern countries, you'll have even more percentage, like 50%, 60% to other countries. So this is a really, really, really low. And the government has to provide those houses, not give houses, but the state must have affordable houses, or not only have affordable houses for people that have low income, but must guarantee that even the private houses, or not the private houses, but the houses that are renting, are not too expensive. Okay, that people can actually. That's the part of the where the government fail. Okay, the government is failing. Not only this government from the past. Okay, not blaming just this one, but they are failing. The Portuguese government in general is failing. Also, the problem was from the beginning. The government shouldn't allow illegal houses to appear. Okay, so once they appear, they should have no. You can't. Once they start building, they should have control. The same with they should control. The government should control like constructions. Not only they should control the legal ones and the illegal ones if everything is legal, and they shouldn't have let that built. Whenever there's constructions, it's up to, in this case, the municipalities to go and check if everything is legal. In this case, it was not legal. They shouldn't have let it finish from the beginning. The first house, no, you can't build in here. That's it. That's the first fault. But the second and the major one is this one. So government has to provide affordable housing. That does not mean, and that's what I defend, is this is a good thing. That's what the government is for. It's not to do some other things that they are doing. This one is a very big thing that the government should do. Guarantee that the people that live and work here are able to afford their houses, are able to pay their houses. Now, at the same time, we have like a statistic that says that there are more than 200,000 houses that are ready to be used they could be used for someone to live in, and they're empty houses. Okay, now if you look at that, I don't know why on television they say, oh, these mostly it's houses that are being contested and in court, and that's bullshit. Let's talk truth. That's bullshit that television wants you to tell, that wants you to know. There are not 200,000 houses on that position. That would be crazy, insane. So 200,000 houses, if you go split it between everyone, it's more than that. But let's keep it just that. And if it was just two people on each house, that's 400,000 people. That would decrease a lot the prices on renting and ownership and everything else. The major problem in here, it's those houses are being, most of those houses, not all, not everything is complete. Each situation is different, but there are a lot of those houses that are actually owned by funds. Okay, they buy houses, they let it stay, and they will not put them all in the market. That's why they're not in the market. They will not put them in the market. Why? Because if they put it in the market, all the prices would lower. So what they do is they buy, and it's an investment. So imagine they buy the house where I am. Okay, they will buy this house and they will say, oh, okay, I will buy this for 1 million, and then they will sell for 1.5 million, and they bought the whole building. Okay, imagine they bought the whole building. They're going to sell one house at a time, not put, oh, we have a building, we have like 8 or 10 houses that are on this building, but instead of that they put one house, and when they sell for 1.5 million, they will sell the second house for 1.5 million and 1.5 million and 1.5 million. So that's why there are a lot of houses outside of the market, and that's really for sure. There's not 200,000 houses that are on court to decide whose heirs have the right to it. That's just lies. Okay, let's forget about it. This is what's happening. And yet the government has to provide houses. Like if they start constructing now, it's going to take some years to construct, or at least 1 year. There's like you can make it like really fast on constructing houses, but they have to start right now. And the other thing is just forbidden that like this groups of having houses, empty houses. So maybe that's one way. Another way is building the houses, because the state has very few houses. And yeah, that's again, that's my opinion. You're free to have your opinion. You cannot have your truth, because there's not your truth. Okay, let's stop with that. Also, that people used to say, "There's my truth and my truth." I heard it somewhere on the radio today, this morning. My truth. There's no my truth. Okay, there's the truth. It's either a truth or a lie. Okay, now you can have a different perception of the truth, but it's not your truth. This is data. Okay, this is kind of a scientific thing. So the numbers are numbers. It's not, oh, I'm going to invent a number or say something. Or people say, oh, on my truth, the government shouldn't provide houses. Okay, it's not your truth. On the Constitution, the government should provide houses. Okay, not give houses, but provide houses. That's the difference. So the houses are from the state. The state will rent to people that can't pay much rent. Okay. There's about the guy that says I wouldn't be I wouldn't build my one. It's in the Constitution. The government should allow you to, and not only that, should where is that? The state, number 3, the state shall adopt a policy aimed at establishing a rental system compatible with family income and access to home ownership. Okay, so you have access to home ownership. That's part. If you have your own house, that's great. You have your own house. In the end, what happens is when you die, your kids will get your house, or whoever. I'm saying your kids, but I don't know. Whoever will get your house. From a state-owned house, when someone who is living there die, the house goes back to the state, and then the state can rent to someone else. Okay, there's a difference. At some point, you could sell your house. Whoever lives in a state house cannot sell their house, cannot rent the house to someone else. No, that's illegal, and they cannot do it. Okay. There's a difference in there, but what's going on in the Constitution right now, it's this. Okay, that could be changed. Okay, I think this is a good thing. I think it's a good thing that the government should be able to provide houses to people, or at least guarantee that people have access to affordable houses. That's part of their job. That's why people are voting for them. That's part of what they should be doing. Okay, that's my view. Once again, it's my view. You could have other view, like you could say no, everything should be, if you want to build, you can, then it's kind of a weird thing, because you cannot have like a total liberal agenda where you say no, if people should All the homeowners have to guarantee at the same time if someone builds in a land, whatever he builds, then you say no, that shouldn't be illegal. I don't know. From my point of view, you should have like a limit. Like if you're going all the way to ultra libertarianism, yeah, that's it. So people those are public terrains. People should be able to use that public terrains to build whatever the fuck they want. That's ultra liberalism. If it's not ultra liberalism, if it's a more socially conscious thing where the government is there to guarantee things, then the government is there to guarantee things. Like in the middle where you just defend that rich people can build but poor people cannot build, that's just not intellectually fair, let's say it. And sorry about this, but yeah, that's my views. And yeah, this was a very long video. I'll try to shorten it, just trying to reply to some of